Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today's book review is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. I hope I said that last name right, but it's a really fantasy last name and I enjoy it because this book is high fantasy, kind of cozy mystery mushed together and low stakes involved. So there's not really any pillaging, killing, torturing, or anything like that, even though Viv, the orc and the main character, used to do that. She has retired, and the whole book is about setting up a coffee shop in a new city that's bustling and trying to make it, because coffee is a gnomish invention in this novel, and no one knows about it in Thune, which is the city that she chose to set up this coffee shop. Now, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed the novel. I wanted something that was fun and entertaining because I've been stressed out lately, and I was like, you know, I need to pause on more serious books because I just want to have fun. And this was very fun. I really enjoyed the coffee shop atmosphere. Made me want to drink coffee. I drink coffee every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, but you know, there's something about having someone else make your coffee, especially like a cappuccino or a latte, where you're like, yes, thank you. That was me throughout this novel. I was like, I want Viv to do my coffee. I want to sit in her coffee shop, which is called Legends and Lattes, and just enjoy the bards and the other mythical creature, not mythical creatures here, but like mythical creatures just hanging out, drinking coffee and eating chocolate croissants. Like, yes. Though I gave it 4 out of 5 stars because there are a couple things that were a little off for me. Like in the beginning, I was indifferent, or I can't think of another word, so I'm going to go with indifferent, for the first 100 pages, because we're setting up the whole introduction of Viv and how she got to Thune, and then how she is finding a building to create the coffee shop, and then she's building the coffee shop with Cal, who is he a gnome? I think he's a gnome. There's a lot of gnomes in here. If he's not a gnome, then he's another mythical creature similar to a gnome. Sorry, Cal, I forgot what the details, but I enjoyed you still. And for, I don't know, like 50 plus pages, it's really about Viv and Cal building and setting up the interior of the coffee shop. And while I get why you need to do that. Do you need it for 50 plus pages? I don't know. And then it really starts to become interesting when the succubus, it's a succubus, right? Hold on. Pretty sure she's a succubus, or she's an incubus. No, that wouldn't work if it's an incubus. I think she's a succubus. Okay. I get confused between the male and female version of those, the mythical races. Incubus, succubus, pretty sure she's a succubus, but she doesn't do the normal succubus stuff, and that's talked about immediately, because I guess succubuses are very lustful. I've never read about a succubus. I don't really read a lot of high fantasy. Are they a thing in high fantasy? Okay, it's fine. I'm just gonna put the book down and stop rambling about succubuses. I enjoyed Tandri, and when she finally came in to the book and the scene and helping Viv set everything up, and then finally the grand opening happened, and that's when it got interesting for me personally, which is a bit much because that was about 100 pages in, and the book is about 300 pages. So it's a slow start. It is also a slow burn romance between Viv and Tandri, but I enjoyed that. Another thing that bothered me was that a lot of the stuff that you see relating to coffee and coffee shop and pastries and all that stuff the gnomes invented. So like gnomes invented lattes and coffee and like croissants and all that stuff. I don't know why that rubbed me the wrong way, but I'm like, do they have to invent everything? I don't know. And I don't read high fantasy or epic fantasy, but is it a thing that gnomes create most stuff? Is that like a trope that I'm missing? Maybe. That could be a thing that I'm missing and everyone watching is like, are you stupid? Which sometimes I am, like in this case. I don't know why gnomes are inventing everything in this novel, but maybe like make it a little more not just all gnomes inventing stuff. I don't know why that bothers me, but I don't know. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It was just, gnomes do this and gnomes do that, and everything that we're talking about is invented by gnomes. I guess it's easy to track, but I don't know. Yeah. My favorite characters were actually side characters, but they were really important. I love the big ass cat, Amity, and I forgot like the technical term, she-cat, no. It's like it's a huge cat, like my size type of cat. And then the ratkin Thimble, adorable. I also really relate to Thimble because he's a baker and I bake. And I will say, Thimble created Cinnabon, basically, or cinnamon rolls. I appreciated that input that Thimble created Cinnabon, and I don't know if he created or he looked up the recipes, but what's that bread where it's really hard and then you dip it in coffee and stuff like that and then you eat it and then it softens up? For someone that goes to coffee shops a lot and loves coffee and the atmosphere, I don't know a lot, obviously. But I don't like I can picture it I can picture it. And I don't like those because they're hard and I don't want to dip it in my coffee and have sprinkles of whatever it is from the hard bread into the coffee. So I've tried it once, I don't like it. That's probably why I info dumped the name of the dipping hard bread. I have problems, it's okay. I enjoyed the low stake antagonist in this novel. I'm not going to say who it is and how that happened because not too much happens in this book because it's cozy, low stakes, not stressful, it's fun, so I'm not gonna get into that, but I enjoyed it. And the ending, I enjoyed that as well. It was very good. I laughed out loud, so big thumbs up to Travis for that ending. And also, I do want to add, this is one of the few novels where I think that the prologue makes sense. I know. It's amazing. But out the prologue, in this particular instance, when Viv is leaving her combat company, not really combat, like their hired help combat people. You can see that I haven't had enough coffee today, but we're just gonna go with the flow. She's leaving it and she collected this specific stone that's going to help her have a successful coffee shop. And yeah, if that wasn't there, which is the book or the prologue's 3 to 4 pages, I forget specifically, but it's not long, and I think it works. And I think that high fantasy or epic fantasy is really the only two genres where I will accept a prologue. it can't be like a 50-page prologue. You need to turn that into a damn chapter 1 and 2, okay? But if it's less than, it's like 5 pages or less, and I can do like under 10 pages and it be okay, but it needs to be a short prologue. But it makes sense because if it's epic or high fantasy, there's a lot going on, and sometimes weaving all that information throughout the book, it's going to take too long, especially if it's like over 500 pages, which usually that is true. So doing a short prologue makes sense. For this book, that's only 300 pages, and it's very low stakes, and it's for fun and entertainment purposes, then yes, actually, it does work, especially because the prologue is so short, but it's concise and it's organized, and it is there for a reason. So shout out. Shout out to Travis. Round of applause. That book is probably the first book I've read in a very long time where I didn't hate the prologue. So I give him props. Thank you for writing a legitimate prologue, because 9 times out of 10 it doesn't need to be there. So I do definitely recommend Legends and Lattes if you want an entertaining and fun read. In the beginning it's a little slow. It's a little bit too much focused on gnomes being fantastical and like the most amazing mythical beings in the whole wide world for whatever reason, but I think that bothers me a little too much, and I don't know why it does, but you probably wouldn't care that the gnomes have taken over. Probably because I'm looking at gnomes as lawn decorations. And I'm like, those things? Okay. I just need to get over my gnome lawn decoration issue, obviously. It's just a me thing, probably. Now, so that's why I definitely recommend it. And sometimes it's okay to have a slow intro. I think it was just a little too slow, but I don't think it takes away fully from the novel. Whereas some novels, if it's too slow and then it just like goes really, really fast for the rest of the book, it's weird. This book is fairly slow to start off, and then it's like semi-medium pace, so I think that's how it balances itself out. So yes, 4 out of 5 stars. I recommend it. And there's going to be I don't know if it's a sequel or a prequel, but it's set in a bookshop with Viv, and I'm living for it. I'm just gonna say it now. I'm living for this idea of cozy epic fantasy, or they said high fantasy. Yeah, it's high fantasy. Cozy, high fantasy, low stakes in a writer's paradise coffee shop. I wonder if he's going to do a 3rd book and where that would be. Maybe a park. I don't know. But I'm excited either way. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.